Hey everybody, what's going on today, tonight, this afternoon, whatever time it is in your neck of the woods? I thought I'd make a video about kind of one of the most intriguing topics of discussion going around right now, particularly in the sports world, and that is the WNBA battle for Rookie of the Year between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. These two have a history going back a couple years, and we all kind of know that history if you follow sports at all. Angel Reese, of course, won the title, getting past Iowa. Iowa beat them last year, to advance. And the rivalry was created with a lot of intensity and some actions by both players. Really created this polarizing viewpoint on both of these players. Now, this year, I mean, you can look at these stats I've got up on the screen here. Clark, 18.7 points per game, 5.6 rebounds, leading the league, leading the WNBA in assists at 8.4. 1.4 steals. Angel Reese, 13.3 points, 13.1 rebounds, 1.8 assists, and 1.3 steals. So obviously a couple numbers jump out at you for both these players. Clark's 8.4 assists, which I said is leading the WNBA, and Angel Reese's 13.1 rebounds, which is also leading the WNBA. Now, I think what we need to really talk about, if you've seen highlights of both these players during the season, and you know it's all over. These highlights are all over, and rightfully so. These are the WNBA's popularity, especially when Caitlin Clark is in town. Attendance is super sky high, and a lot of people come to see Angel Reese as well. Now what we need to look at really is some stats versus last year, and some stats really going into the final run, the final part of the WNBA season. So last year the Sky were actually 18 and 22. This year they are 11 and 21. So they're actually on pace. If you look at the last few games, there's only one win down there versus the Sparks, who are one of the worst teams in the WNBA. Rest have been losses, and a lot of these games really exemplify the season so far for the Chicago Sky. Now, the Fever this year are 17-26 thus far, 17-16 this year. Last year they were 13 and 27. That's what they finished at. So they're definitely doing much better. And if you look at the last few games, only got one loss. Out of those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games. So, and the Sky, you go back, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 losses. So it's an exact flip-flop. That's a reverse mirrored image, whatever you want to call it. And the Sky are coming on pretty strong, and that is, I mean, it's no secret that's due to the play of, largely in part due to the play of Caitlin Clark. Angel Reese, I mean, she's doing her best. We need to actually talk about, I think her field goal percentage is probably, if not, within 5 feet. If not one of the worst, it is the worst in the WNBA. I mean, I'm just stating facts. I'm not being a hater. Caitlin Clark, of course, she's really not in the top 5 in field goal percentage or 3-point percentage, because she does obviously put up a lot of shots. She shoots from the 5-second line on a lot of these. So if we go take a look at over here, season leaders, Aja Wilson, who was undoubtedly the best player in the WNBA. Rebounds per game, here we got Angel Reese with Aja Wilson behind her by a little bit over a rebound. Assists per game, here we go down to Clark. She's averaging 8.4 assists per game. You can't really see that on here. Sorry about that. Blocks per game, Aja Wilson. Field goal percentage, neither one of these two players are in the top 5. 3-point percentage, we don't see Clark coming up, but a lot of these players shoot a lot less 3-pointers than Caitlin Clark certainly does. Here we go. This is a key. So fantasy points per game, of course, got Aja Wilson up there. But Clark is number 5 in fantasy points per game, and that's probably due to her assists and the things that she's been doing, distributing the ball and shooting those 3-pointers. So I think if we look at overall impact based on what I've talked about, you cannot really deny, in my opinion, that Caitlin Clark is the WNBA Rookie of the Year based on improvement over last year and just these, like I said, these wins that are coming recently in the stats versus last year for both these teams.